the next one, after pulling a credit report, the potential client may want to look at obtaining a secured credit card with a low credit line as a way to increase their score.
Yes, and I've seen a lot of clients do that, and it's really helped. The credit line, it could only be $200 to $300. What it does is the two things that help bring your credit score up are derogatory items coming off of your credit and new credit that's been paid on time. Those are the main two things that get the credit scores increased the fastest.
How would you recommend they find a card? Should they maybe do a Google search, or should they just go to their bank and see if the bank has an option?
They can do a Google search of secured cards. I have a link for secured cards as well. But the thing is, they want to make sure it's secure because they are more lenient. There are more times they'll get approved faster with a secured card because a secured card is just a debit card. It's just a credit card that acts as if a debit card. That's all it is. Yeah. You have money on deposit.
So I had one. So if we roll back the clock about a decade ago when I was experimenting on myself with rebuilding my credit, I had one through my bank, and I've seen some where the money, if you put $300 down or whatever, that money stays until you close the card. Actually, with my bank, it was after you had used it for like a year, then they actually released the money. And it was even better because I think on mine, and this isn't for everyone, but it's at least something to give a little bit of hope, is I think I had made 2 payments on that card, and because it was through, Fifth Thirds, even though I went to my bank, it was through Capital One. 2 months later, I got a credit card offer from Capital One because they're like, "Hey, you made some payments on time. You seem decent. Here's a different card," and that was an unsecured card, but it had a lower limit too. But at least that one allowed for limit increases about every 6 months or so. And I think the one thing I'd probably add is with any card, make sure it reports to all 3 bureaus. Otherwise, you're doing the work and you're not getting the credit. No pun intended.